Alright, we'll go back to our player here, and then inside of the player option there is one for player and controller. So remember from the default we had that enable player, and then we had the joystick option for it. When you go to the controller option, you have a third setting. This third setting is the type. So for instance, by default we have an 8 directional, so that all 8 directions will play, all 8 directions are part of the joystick. If I was, as for instance though, to say joystick type is set up for 4, what this is going to do is allow me to say that when I play it here, what we can actually do is only have 4 directions, even if you're trying to go at angles with it. So for instance, if I'm, like right now, I'm going up and over, but I'm not actually going up or over. I'm only able to go left, right, up, and down. So this is going to be one that, like for instance, if you were doing a Pac-Man and you wanted to have them go straight only or up only, then that's going to be the style that you would use for it. The same would be true too if you were to choose the options for that vertical or horizontal. It would only be picking up the joystick control if it was horizontally moved left and right, or if it was vertical up and down. Alright, so it's going to be the basic setup for that one, but then also just to repoint out for the joystick ID, remember that if you use the joystick ID, this is going to be defining which player is controlled by which keyboard or which joystick. So if I decided I wanted, if I set the joystick, say for instance we set the joystick to ID 3, this would be joystick 4, so you would have to have 4 joysticks plugged in order to use the character. And so if you only have one character that's going to get used, then you just leave it at 0 so that you can have it as the default keyboard, default joystick to be used for it. And then the enable player at start, or just simply enable player, if it's on or off, the player will be able to use the joystick controls. They'll be able to be moved by the user. Alright, so that's going to be the basic setup for it. And then again, remember, you have the horizontal and vertical. You've got the 8 directional and the 4 directional. And all of those are all going to be the basic setup for how you control the character and which animations and directions get used with it.